We're at the truck stop in Calgary. And Calgary's finest have showed up to hassle somebody. So we'll just let this play. See who comes along. How's everybody doing this morning? Good to see you, Tag. Good morning, Jody. So we got both vehicles over to the Flying J Road King truck stop here in Calgary. Flying Hook. So these scals showed up, I don't know, 20 minutes ago. I was on the phone with a buddy. I figured I'd just shoot some live action here from the safety of my tweak shack. Just waiting on some divine inspiration of what exactly to do today. I'm going to probably hit the road. I'm just waiting on another buddy to see about shuttling me between the truck stop on the west side of Calgary, just near Cochrane, Alberta. I don't know if that's gonna happen, so I might just park my truck in a residential neighborhood nearby here. Well, welcome in, everybody. Let's see who's into the Remembrance Day Tweekin here. Aiden's in the house, 75%. Welcome. Had myself a shower this morning at the truck stop. I hadn't actually splashed any water on my carcass since I left Manitoba. So that was Friday. Nice thing about this time of year is you don't get all hot and sweaty. So I didn't smell like a dead carcass, but sure felt like one. Oh, I guess they're taking his plate. Is that what they're doing? Who's the best piggy in the chat? Brandon Mitchell is here. So yeah, this hassle guy out. Does he even have a tag on his car? I don't know. Whatever. We'll just let this play out. I'm just planning on making a coffee. That's all I was interested in. Oh yeah, about, I don't know, half hour ago there was the SUV on the left, the unmarked cruiser was here, and then 20 minutes ago the black and white showed up. Justin Garza in the house. Tanya's in the house. Welcome in, everybody. Some truck driver's angry at me. He's got no place to park. I gotta move a truck. I'll be back. Alright, so one car left. I have to move my truck. What'd I miss? Truck still smells like gas from all the fuel that spilled yesterday. guess this guy thought I shouldn't be parking my RV here or something. This is the only place I can park it. Grumpy old crusty truck drivers. I used to be one of them. Oh, Dad's here. Welcome. Good morning. It is, let's see. Did I get the date correct? Yes, it is November 11th. Remembrance Day here in Canada. So as we celebrate our fallen war veterans. Double tap that screen, everybody. Hit that like. Do me a favor and double tap. Double tap right now. Yeah, it looked like that charger didn't have a. I'm tapping the screen and I can't get the comments up. Here we go. I got my trifold handy. Oh wait, no, it's not a trifold, it's a tripod. I don't have any trifolds on me. Stop the Mopar hate? Yeah, this is just persecution and discrimination of Dodge owners. That, simply put, I couldn't have said it better myself. Again, my camera person is still going through their training program, so you're stuck with me in the wobbly feed here. All right, well, I'm just gonna let that play and put some water on for coffee. You guys can talk amongst yourselves. Keep an eye on them piggers. Let me know if they start coming this way. While we're letting the coffee warm up, I'll give you a little commentary of what I think's going on with the truck or the RV. Just want to grab a jacket. It's getting pretty cool in here. I don't want to start this thing up for no reason. It's cool, but not cold. It's about, I don't know, just above freezing here in Calgary right now, but it's getting up into probably the low 60s today. About 11 or 12 degrees Celsius. Yeah, it seems to me that one pigger went around to the back of the car. I don't know if he removed the license plate, but it appears that there is no license plate on that car at the moment. Yeah, we're right near Tim Hortons. There's a Tim Hortons every quarter mile in Calgary, it appears. Need a really good tweak? Well, I mean, yeah. Like Bao says, I'm your monkey, so you want the monkey to dance, send those super chats. But yeah, it occurred to me, I've seen YouTube videos covering this topic before, and a fuel-related issue with these carbureted vehicles is that modern fuels are formulated much differently than when these vehicles were manufactured. And the phenomenon that actually occurs, it's more so when it's hot, like a really hot day. But the gasoline that ends up in the bowls of the carburetor will actually bubble away. It'll boil away if the engine bay temperature is too hot, which these older vehicles, these Dodges, definitely gets warm in the engine bay. And so the mechanical fuel pump can't actually keep up with the demand for fuel. So you're burning a little bit of fuel in the engine, but you're also bubbling away a bunch of fuel. And guys have found this, and this is what I experienced this morning. I had let the truck run to get some heat in here last night, and then I shut it off. It's a nice comfy night for sleeping. And then when I went to start it in the morning, it took a lot of cranking to get it started. And so what that told me is the bowls were empty, because there should be fuel in the bowl to get into the intake manifold. And so the fix for that is the electric fuel pump, because the electric fuel pump, when you turn the key on, it runs with when you have the ignition keyed on, you can prime the carburetor with the electric pump. But I found that even when I'm driving, there could be fuel starvation, because once it heats up, it just doesn't want to keep up. So that's my hypothesis. I think we're going to end up switching the mechanical, or I'll just leave the mechanical fuel pump in place, disconnect it, and run my hoses to the electric fuel pump with the pressure regulator and the pressure gauge with a new rubber hose. I'll just bypass the steel hose and route it in a way that works nicely for me. So we'll see about getting that done a little later today, and then I might just hit the road for points west. But first things first, we need coffee. I'm gonna go check on my water. So you guys let me know if that makes any sense. Like I said, I've seen this on YouTube videos before, mechanic videos. And not ever having a carbureted vehicle around or having owned a carbureted vehicle in 30 years, it never really walk around the police car to see if he makes an alert. I don't want my butthole touched in any way today, so I'm just gonna be a chicken and stay here. So, he gone? He gone to the donut shop? Is that where he at? That where he went? Well, okay, I guess we didn't see any drama, so much for that. All right, so now you gotta look at me. So yeah, they're just shaking people down for money from the looks of it. Sure there were no serious crimes that the owner of that fine Mopar vehicle. Oh, he's getting out of the vehicle. Let's see if he makes a run for it. Oh yeah, giving the brown dudes a hassle, eh? Who would have thought? Who would have thunk it? Driving while brown. When you said yellow, my green and yellow ears of corn that don't hear suddenly popped open. You must be a prophet. You need a few, what? Extra tax dollars. Yeah, that's all it is. They're just revenue collectors, revenuers, right? King's men want to make sure that when you're using the King's Road, you got the right papers that the King likes to see and the right markings on your vehicle that show that you don't own nothing. You'll own nothing and be happy, just like Max, right? What do you own? Look how happy he is. Owns nothing and is happy as can be. We all need to strive to be more like Max. What do you want? You don't own nothing, so, and I don't own nothing. The slave system. So the slaves gotta learn how to negotiate the complexities of modern life. But yeah, I was driving around, live streaming last night, made it to the truck stop, and I made a comment at the end. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this term, but it's the urban monoculture, and it seems like that's what we've got in the big cities. You get away from it in the rural areas. That coffee is taking forever. That water's taking forever to boil. I think that's close enough. Do a little pour here. So Calgary, Alberta, if you've never been here, it's like the epitome of the urban monoculture. And it's so clear. And I was driving around the subdivisions, like where my buddy lives. Like all the houses look the same. Now all the cars, they're all the same color, just that off, different shades of gray or charcoal. Like there's no colors to the vehicles anymore. Maybe you get white. But your options for car colors are gone. Or we're told that the fashionable colors are the charcoals. But you don't even see that Camry tan color anymore. Remember all those tan Toyota Camrys that were so sexy? Whoa, get overboard here. Nasty. Whoa. Major cleanup on aisle 7. my giftings in life is making people uncomfortable. The other one is spilling and dropping stuff. I can market that, turn that into a profitable enterprise. I'm a spiller and drop stuff. We're going to bring you over here, chat over here. I can't even lift that cup. Look at that. It was like level with the rim. Okay, you just park yourself over here. Dad's already twitching. He's like, when is he going to light up a smoke? When can we smoke? There we go. They're just for you. But you drive around on the streets here, and every major intersection, it's the same. There's a Petro-Canada gas station, there's a Tim Hortons Donuts, there's a McDonald's, and an A&W, and then a few other businesses. Like, it's the same everywhere you go. And then you got a Costco, and a Sobeys, which is a grocery chain, a superstore, which is just randomly peppered in throughout. But it's just neighborhood after neighborhood. It just all looks the same. And that urban monoculture, it's kind of this societal thing. It's not our culture. I don't appreciate all this sameness. Like, it's so dull, it's boring. I don't know, for the sake of convenience, is that what it is? And so there's a couple of YouTubers I watch. They're kind of the OG Redditors, Malcolm and Simone. What the heck's their last name? I'll have to look it up. But they comment quite regularly on the urban monoculture. And they're kind of former progressives that have turned much more conservative in their views, I guess, as a result of internet usage, and maturing. But they have a lot of great commentary on this urban monoculture idea, And maybe it's always been around. It's right in your face right now. I was driving all around Calgary, and it's like you can't go to a place that's unique. Every place looks the same. So up here in Canada, I noticed in Alberta specifically, like Winnipeg is an old town. So there's a variety of neighborhoods, but the new suburbs, they all look, very homogeneous. But Calgary is a fairly new town. It's an interesting dynamic here is there's not a lot of old families in Calgary. A lot of people moved to here from somewhere else because of the big oil boom in the 60s and 70s. So people don't have, Calgary doesn't have a culture. I mean, it does have a culture to some degree, but it doesn't have a heritage. Winnipeg has kind of a rich history with the Louis Riel Rebellion, the Métis Rebellion of 1870, which basically spurred the Dominion of Canada to adopt Manitoba as a province. Before that, it was just this frontier Rupert's Land owned by the Hudson's Bay Company. And so there's kind of a heritage and a spirit to Winnipeg, but Calgary is just like this deadness, and that's what the urban monoculture promotes, is like this dead zombie existence. So I can't do the urban living anymore. It's just I gotta find a place out in the frontiers where there still are some, and there are plenty of frontiers to explore. Let's see what's happening. Yeah. Oh, I guess if I swipe, that makes it easier. So Mr. Osgood's here. Yeah, we were chatting offline on trying to get some of this RV stuff sorted out. Scipio, one of the most powerful oligarchs in Rome, took all his wealth, formed an army, appointed Pompey as his general, and conquered the known world. BlackRock is doing the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, and I gave a shout out to Aaron Clary. Just, yeah, you trace it all back to Goldman Sachs, BlackRock, what's that term there? Venture capital, private investment corporations, private equity. Like it's just, the solution. I guess that's what we all want, is the solution. Is just go do your own thing. Go avoid that system somehow. Figure out a way in your context and go do your own thing. So bend the rules a bit if you have to. Hard to get people to leave their homes unless you own them at evacuation time. Yeah, like it's the rules are such that it's hard to pass or to create a generational legacy now. And you, in the past, you did that through property, transfer of property to your descendants, to your heirs. Now with estate taxes and property taxes and probate and all that stuff, like it's difficult for a parent to even transfer ownership of a home that's paid for and owned, because the heirs may not have the money for the land transfer tax or the death tax or estate tax. Like I'm talking like huge rangelands that are worth millions of dollars, you know. You can't just bequeath that to a successor and they can walk in. They get a big tax bill. And so a lot of these farms that have been in families for generations, now they're being lost because the current generation doesn't have the equity, doesn't have the capital to carry on, just because of the financial burdens that have been placed on them. It's crazy. It's a racket. It's a scam, if you will. Ponzi scheme. Not a Fonzie scheme, Ponzi scheme. So yeah, that's I guess never heard of John Levy. No, John Levi. It's World War III. Well, it's economic warfare, yeah. And so let me say my who we got this? GES Gag. Welcome in. I'm just rambling on here. So we did a sorry ass Copwatch a few minutes ago. Guys in the Charger went into the truck stop. Another comment I made last night, some of these truck stops haven't changed in like 30 years, and this is one of them. I mean, it's maybe they upgraded the pumps, but inside, I mean, they're renovating the restaurant and the lounge, so I can't even go have breakfast here. I've got food in the RV, but yeah, just the same. And it was ugly 30 years ago, and it's ugly today. So they tried to set it up like a mall, so there's these different little shops, and it's super gay. I just came here because it was the closest truck stop. There is a hotel attached if you wanted to stay here. A pretty popular spot. And today's Remembrance Day. That's why it's so busy. That's why there's so many trucks here, because a lot of the warehouses might be not shipping today. So there might be no loads going out of Calgary, or fewer loads going out of Calgary, so guys are just sitting here for the day. Or maybe until noon. A lot of businesses stay closed until noon in remembrance for fallen veterans. But yeah, it's kind of not a political discussion. It's just a societal observance, and what churns my butter, what grinds my cheese, is that people are going along with it, and I don't know. I don't think we're even close to reaching a critical mass of people saying, "Nah, we don't want this." People are just going along with it. So I don't know if it's the newcomers that are coming or the heritage citizens of the land. Looks like Larata waiting room to me. It bogs my wagon, damn right. Larata waiting room. Well, you might be waiting for a long time. I don't know where what hole Badger he climbed into, but you might be in hibernation. might be getting too cold for live streaming. You might just be curled up in a little den somewhere. So yeah, if you want to wait here, I've just been live streaming because I got time now, and I've got the kind of mental capacity to do it. Fellow Canadians, set up a family trust. Your beneficiaries will avoid probate. Yeah, there you go. Trust law is an area of law that needs to be explored. Definitely a workaround. But as I've been saying forever as well, it's like they're gonna get the king's gonna get his, and they'll use whatever means to take from you, because you're just chattel, you're property to them. So all your energy, all your life force, all your capital, all your assets, it doesn't belong to you. They think it belongs to them, because you're an incompetent boob that can't handle that kind of responsibility of having money and nice things. So we get shitty things. And we're supposed to thank them for being such good public servants. I think Buddy Bao hinted at 3 job applications. My guess is he's back working man. Maybe. Yeah, could be a possibility. It's all pretend. Yeah, it's all. I mean, years ago, I delved into the thing of, your name is a legal fiction and all that stuff. And there's something to that, but I don't know how that's going to benefit you. But yeah, it's a pretend. It's pretend to us. It's all fakey to us. Do some states in Canada do a fixed property tax after a certain number of years lived in? Good question. I don't have the answer. I highly doubt it. Tax rolls are generally assessed not quite yearly. It depends on what the the taxes are levied at the municipal level. So we have 3 levels here in Canada, just like you in the United States. There's the federal level, federal government, provincial governments, not states, but provinces. and then each municipality. And a municipality can either be the city or a rural district or a rural area with a certain population base. And if they want to put in a new fire hall or a community pool or a rec center or just maintenance of roads and whatever, your tax assessments are based on what they think your property ought to be worth. So, good day, No Mercy Sheep. So as far as a fixed property tax where you just level out and they say you'll pay this and no more, I'm not aware of that. I'm not that worldly of a person that I've been everywhere, and I'm keen on that kind of information, so I can't say one way or another whether that's a thing. Is that something they're doing in the States? As Aiden observes, in my experience, and I share this experience, property taxes only go in one direction. They never stay the same. He was trying to get his subscribers to buy a house down the road from Double Dookie. Yes, the Lorata. It sounds like a scam, Dad. Do not invest. Or invest if you want it, but I personally am not investing in the new Lorata headquarters. I've got other concerns. I don't really care what Direct Donkey does. He was on his way to Massachusetts, I guess, for a collab with the Badger at some point in the last week or two. But yeah, Justin LaGarza, he's all in. He's got his stake in Lorata HQ. But no, I'm not investing in any plantation in northeastern Arizona. It's not going to happen. There's always somebody restreaming you, Justin. Come on. This is the internet. That's all it's good for now. It's leeching. And we have the finest leech at our disposal. Although he's a bit of a silent leech these days. Maybe he's sitting on the crapper watching this and just lurking. Who knows? That's what he does. He told us. I seen it on the internet. It must be true. Apparently Badger goes into his little Badger outhouse or the nice tree that he likes to poop behind, and he gets on his device and scowls in the chats. But he might be lurking. You never know. According to some sources. So, namely the Badger himself. So I'm not talking out of school here. I'm just repeating what he told us all on his live stream. So. Myself, I haven't been... Oh, who's got coronavirus? Anybody? Is corona still a thing? That is a fine clip, or a fine edit. The coronavirus song. What is that called anyway? Could be me, could be you. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, coronavirus. All right, let's pick this up and bring it closer here. I've been expecting Bao to quit streaming for years. He always comes back though. As long as I get one leech stream a week, I would be happy. Yeah, that's not a unreasonable expectation. Razakhan was released from prison early. I'm not familiar with that situation or even that streamer. It vaguely rings a bell, but some of the people that Bao has been following, I'm not the COVID song lady. So Razakhan, good for you for getting out of wherever you were, whatever cage you were in, being held against your will. That's good news to you and your family. I personally think that Ho for Life is Aiden McPherson, or Umferson, pardon me. That's just my hypothesis. Because he clips everything, right? I've been bugging Razakhan to stop in on Bao stream. She knows about the Bao. Yeah, I couldn't say I know who this is specifically. If Bao has been leeching that content, yeah, clip that, Crying. Is Crying Youngblood in the chats here? Is he lurking? Still curious about that situation, because in like spring of 2024, Ryan was like a big part of the Badger community, was he not? Like you would think he was a card-carrying Larata member, and then he joined forces with Dookie hoarders. Very strange situation. That whole tweak, that whole quadrangulation between Directy, King Chow Chow. I haven't seen any Chow Chows in the chat. Mars Life, Mitch, and then Crying. And then we had Concerned Citizen, was a mod on Lane's channel, and he was sabotaging Lane's chatters, blocking everybody. I get he's a weird dude. Tried to get Bao killed by the black. Oh, yeah. Okay, I saw that live stream. Ooh, coronavirus. Who's got the new strain of coronavirus? I think I'm pretty much immune to all the strains, because did not get any pokes back in the day. Remember the good old days in 2020 when you weren't allowed to get sick? Like, it was forbidden to be sick. It was against the law to be sick, essentially. There we go. There's Chow Chow. So they made a prohibition on sickness, and I got sick. And then after that, I haven't been sick. I got good and sick at the end of 2021. Everybody in my workplace, we all got the corona. And it's like since then, it's like my immune system is super skookum. And skookum means really good. Just tuned. Anything that comes my way, it just bam, just gets smashed. I don't know how I never got the COVID. Was around it all the time. Well, I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was whatever was going around. I hesitate to even acknowledge COVID. It was just a seasonal flu, as far as I'm concerned. But it was a doozy. And yeah, it didn't knock me out or anything, but it just lingered. And it was that thing where I lost my sense of smell, sense of taste, and when it came back, things just tasted weird and different. Like I had to switch coffee brands. I couldn't drink my Kicking Horse coffee, the whole bean coffee. It just tasted like garbage. Peanut butter all tastes weird now to me. Peanuts taste okay, but peanut butter, unless they changed peanut, but I used to buy just ground peanuts with salt. That's it. no sugar added, no hydrogenated oils or nothing. Just the ingredients were peanuts and salt. And even the something that should be as innocuous as that, it tastes weird. So unless they're using genetically modified peanuts now, I think there are GMO peanuts. Could be wrong. But, foods just did not taste the same once I got my sense of smell back. But I got it back fairly quickly, like after a month or two. Whereas I know people that lost their sense of smell for a year or longer, catching the same whatever that was going around in 2021. But now it's like I haven't had more than a day's sickness where I feel a little rough. I just feel off, and it might linger for a day or two, but it's nothing that knocks me so I can't get out of bed. And back then in 2021, say everybody in my workplace, we were all coughing and sniffling and just bleary-eyed and feeling like shit. But we just powered through it. But I don't know what got me talking on the fake COVID scam. I never got the COVID, thank goodness. Never got jabbed, knock on wood. Goddamn bastards. So yeah, if you never got COVID, I guess you didn't miss much. But like I say, the benefit to me has been since 2021, I haven't really had a serious viral attack on my immune system that it just kind of bounces right off me. And then the people that did get poked, I mean, they're sick all the time. I mean, my family, they were boosted up and got every time you call them, it's like, yeah, we got to reschedule. We're sick, or this, it's like everybody's sick. So yeah, the phony vaccine. Remember when you weren't allowed to say vaccine on the internet? Remember? Anybody remember? Wasn't that the good old days when you basically got canceled if you just said the word vaccine? Wasn't that fun? Wasn't that a fun time? So now COVID's back. It's back with a vengeance. So make sure you got your immunization cards handy. Remember when you weren't allowed to protest vaccination and they would freeze your bank account? At least Canadians remember. Happened here. They would just shut down all your banking. Isn't that fun? Is that a clue as to how much freedom you really have? So, yeah, getting back to it, my solution is to find ways to live as cheaply as possible. My goal is to be just borderline homeless. I want to make like the minimum amount of money just to live. And it's not even make money, it's just generate enough to sustain a lifestyle, a standard of living, make a living, but not have the $2,000 a month mortgage, not be paying $300 a week for groceries, or $500 a week, depending on what your family size is. Now, I'm in a unique situation. I'm by myself. Other than Max doesn't eat much. He doesn't cost me much. But even with a family, I think you could find ways to really slim and trim down your standard of living and still enjoy your lifestyle, but not be reliant on the pervo Ponzi slave system there, the urban monoculture that wants you to consume and just be a wage slave. So it's up to every individual to figure out what that looks like for them. There's no set formula. Like for me, it looks like buying an RV, go living in an RV park where your payments, your rental fees are much less than a monthly mortgage. I mean, I don't have a heating bill. If I had a big bag of money, I would just blow it on bad things. Living frugal is better for my health and mental. Yeah, money can be a lot of money can be a burden. And what was it? No Mercy Sheep said, no, 75%. The schemes and scams are rampant. It's up to you to come up with your own little micro schemes and your own micro scams, and avoid the mega scam. So that's the revolution. You could even find one that needs somebody to help out. Yeah, there's all kinds of solutions. And again, I'm in a situation where it's just me and Max. I could go. Have you guys heard of WOOFers, World Organization of Organic Farmers? It's like a network where people that are. This is weird. Sorry, I just had a pop-up. This is uploaded to my videos. Why would I upload my own live stream to my videos? I'm not going to watch this. Who would watch this? So the basic scam there is you've got farmers, whether it's hobby farmers, micro farmers, mega farms, and they need workers. Like, it's hard to get farm workers, at least consistent, good, reliable ones. And so there's people that want to work on farms and live this kind of migrant lifestyle, vagabond hobo lifestyle, and they'll just go from place to place. That was racist? Who's being racist in my chats? And so you get on this network, there's a website, and you basically just sign up for voluntary. It's pretty close to indentured servitude, but you show up with your car or your RV, and the hosting farm will put you to work in exchange for a room and board, essentially. So they'll feed you and house you for a term, whether it's a day, a week, a month, a year, and that could lead to employment if you're a good fit with the farmer. But a lot of farmers nowadays, like, they don't have a big budget for workers. Like, workers are expensive, and payroll taxes and payroll and all that stuff. So it's basically kind of a volunteer system, a volunteer organization where workers join up with employers, and for a set time you agree on the length of the term, and you just hang out until, I guess, it doesn't make sense to stay there anymore, and you move on to the next place. And you just go from farm to farm if you're a worker, and you've got a roof over your head, you've got a place to stay. It doesn't cost you other than the gas to move from place to place. And so it's a potential solution for somebody out there that's interested in that type of work, which I happen to be. I haven't looked into the woofer organization as yet, but that's always kind of that's always an option that I can access. So people like my family, they wouldn't even consider something like that. That's just so out of their current reality that as an option they would just look at that and say that's ridiculous. Whereas to me, it's like that's a brilliant way to do a workaround to the current Goldman Sachs, BlackRock scheme scam that we operate under. So Goldman Sachs doesn't have their fingers in that pot. So it's like there's always options. It's just up to you to find them and find one that works for you. So that's my sermon for today. This guy getting out here to give me trouble. No, sir.
No, I'll be parking here.
Where can I park?
You can park it temporary park of T-Mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no allowed overnight.
Oh, okay.
No allowed overnight. You can just temporarily stay.
Okay.
Daytime only. Nighttime, you cannot stay.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be gone today.
Yeah.
The authorities tell me RV's not welcome here. It's a travel freaking plaza. Like we're it's a truck and RV plaza. Like, no RVs here. I just got oppressed, not pressed. I'm being oppressed. So they said no overnight parking for RVs. Just daytime temporary parking. Well, that's a scam. What kind of scam is that? I'm a paying customer here. Well, I was parked here through the night. There were no trucks here last night. They all just showed up this morning. It's so daytime, yeah. Oh, the charger is taken off. Let's go see. Or he's got his he's back in his car. I see brake lights. Retaliates you for cop watching. That must be it. I think you're onto it. We'll see if the charger folk take off. I'll be right back. Charger still there? Oh, he gone. Oh, here. Oh, still there. Let's see. So yeah, the Flying J is associated with Shell gasoline, which you're all familiar with. Where's the logo? There it is, right there. The little clamshell. So any guesses who might own Flying J Pilot and Shell? Anybody? Think it's a family-owned business, or you think it's private equity that owns it? It's like, yeah, this raises a topic. Okay, there's no signs that say no RV parking or no overnight RV parking or anything like that. And it's a freaking travel plaza. It says right there, travel plaza. So I'm traveling. I'm a traveler. So I can't just pull into a Costco parking lot and park there because yeah, DuPont or BlackRock owns that parking lot, that real estate, and you can't park a vehicle on their private property. But this whole place is set up for people just like me and the guys in the trucks beside me. Like they gotta have a place to go because they can't just go to Walmart anymore and park because they're getting hassled at Walmart for overnight parking. But yeah, it's this attack on the van life. And so urban van life is really a bad proposition. Or RV life or whatever. So I am kind of itching to get out of here. I think we'll end this pretty soon because it's warming up enough I can go work outside comfortably and get my shit done. Just curious to see what's going to happen with the black Charger there. But like, is there any sensical, common sense reason why you got this big expanse of asphalt and after the business is closed, as long as you're abiding by whatever local ordinances, state laws, local laws, or their law, as long as you're not leaving garbage around or making a pile of used diapers and fashioning a mountain out of them, or just outright tweaking out. Like, why would anybody care somebody parks a vehicle on their piece of land? Because it's you might say liability and insurance reasons. Well, that's what insurance is for. Like, I've got insurance on this vehicle. I've got liability insurance. I'm sure the corporation or the business, they have liability. They're covered. It's like, who cares? Well, there's a little bit of a clue too. Who owns stuff? Or who controls stuff? Those insurance companies are a little sus. Just saying. I'd keep an eye on them. Especially here in Canada. Like, we've got a few big insurance companies, and they're more powerful than even the banks here. No joke. No joke. It's our law, see? And there's Mr. Yellow Vest. He's going harassing this fellow motorist. Oh no, he's leaving him alone. Hey, why are you bringing that trailer into our gas station? Did you put recyclables in the trash? All right, back to the Charger. Yellow vest guy is kind of boring. He's harshing my mellow. That's what he's doing. But yeah, we'll get the we'll get the truck parked in a safe location. I'll see if it is kind of a commercial area around here. So I'll have to see if there's a residential area, just a nice safe street I can park the truck on, because it'll be parked for a couple of days here. And I think I'll start motoring out west. I'm still on the fence whether I should try to go with this mechanical pump, take my chances. Like, the thing was running so good through Idaho, Montana, and Alberta. Just wasn't until I got here that things really started acting up. So I think I'm gonna run some premium fuel in here from now on, see if that makes a difference. And if I still have issues, then I'll put that electrical pump in, because that way I can prime the carburetor so there's always fuel in the bowl. Because I think that's what's happening. I think the gasoline with the additives and the formulations they have now, they're meant for fuel injected vehicles. They're not meant for carbureted vehicles. And premium might be a little bit of a workaround, but that gas just doesn't function in a carburetor the way it does in a fuel injected system. It's meant to be delivered at high pressure, and at low pressure it just boils away. The boiling point is different. It's just the way it is. And really, the price of premium fuel here at the pumps, it's the same as diesel. So I may just end up yeah, I was hoping to recruit a co-driver that would follow me with my truck up to Kamloops, but it'll be cheaper if I just drive this there and then rent a car back, because diesel is at $1.55 a liter here, so we're looking $6 a gallon. Convert that to American, so it's $4 a gallon diesel, and premium is right around the same price, $1.55 or something a liter, or quart if you like. So yeah, I don't know, those guys are getting a lift. I saw brake lights before, as if they were moving, but oh, he's got, okay, I don't know if you can see, I'm sure you can see, probably noticed this already, he's got a temporary permit taped to his back windscreen. For all you know, that guy may have been a pissy driver, not even any kind of a threat. Go into the establishment, ask him. No, he was driving the garbage truck. He's doing maintenance around the yard, so he's the garbage guy. So he was gonna pin a note. He was gonna put a notice under my windshield until he saw that I was in here. So he is a little pissy, though. I agree. Seafoam. The snake oil additives. I've seen plenty of analysis. Project Farm has done analysis. Terrell Fixes All has done analyses on fuel additives. Mostly snake oil. The gas straight out of the pumps. Like, there's a channel I've been watching for years. Terrell Fixes All. He does small engine repairs. He's in Indiana. And he did a year-long study where he ran 10 identical 4-stroke engines, and he ran all kinds of different fuels and fuel additives. So the baseline, or the control, was your 85 or 87 ethanol, and then he did premium gas. I forget if it was non-ethanol. I think he has non-ethanol in his area. So he ran one engine on premium gas, and then he had VP gas, which is the synthetic, like pure gas, like no additives. and then all these other additives, seafoam, I forget what's all. He had, like I say, eight different formulations that were the snake oil additives, and I call them snake oil because in the end, and what he would do, he was trying to simulate your average small engine owner that at the end of the year they usually pack up their snowblower and put it in the shed and don't drain the gas, and then go to start it up in the spring and have problems. And that's a real thing. And so he had a shed where he stored these 10 motors, 10 identical motors. I forget if they were, oh, you have to go back. He did a whole playlist on it. But he had, I think they were all Kawasaki motors or something. All identical. And so they were donated for this experiment. And he would start them once a month. And at the end of 6 months, there was really no difference in the additives versus the straight fuel. And so then he changed the experiment where he left them for 3 months without starting. And the fuel from the pumps outperformed the additives, the formulations that had the additives. And he mixed up the gas according to the manufacturer, whatever the additive would be, some Valvoline stuff or whatever. And the stuff from the pumps, straight gas, no additives, outperformed everything. So I'm kind of suspect. Gotta add zinc to the oil for rockers on the camera. Yeah. Yeah, that unplated car is, I don't know what they're gonna do. Like I say, it looks like he's got a temporary permit, so it's probably a car he bought. He's got a temporary registration. Maybe it's expired. Well, maybe he's doing laundry. I don't know. I was gonna do laundry here, but it's like $4 a load for washing. I was like, that seems a little extreme. And I'm gonna say the machines, they haven't changed in 30 years, so. So maybe what we'll do, let's try to give this thing a start. I'm just gonna make sure everything's packed away. It's not gonna fall down. Oh, tidying to do here. We're driving across to the Tim Hortons lot, just so all the crybabies have their way. The crybabies win again. Their veterans fought hard in all those wars to protect our freedoms, to be a crybaby. That's what it's all about. You gotta be able to cry. He's parking in his RV. He stayed overnight in his RV. Somebody do something. That's just not right. He's at a travel plaza parked in an RV. He shouldn't be allowed to do that. Damn right I should be. Oh yeah, last night I did a ribeye. So, well, the barbecue. My buddy gave me a little portable gas grill. Oh, another thing too. I found a bunch of CDs in a different bag. Didn't show you guys last night. And so yeah, I did a ribeye at 10:30 last night, paired with a naked Greek salad. So no dressing, just the lettuce, the onion, the tomato, and then there were some Kalamata olives. There was a nice helping of olives and some feta cheese, cucumber. So a little Greek salad, au naturel, and ribeye steak. It was delightful. So, okay, I think we're ready to go here. There we go. So we'll make that long drive across the parking lot. See, I still have a lot of the old gas in here. I wanted to burn some of that off before topping it up with premium. I think I may just fill up with premium here before I go any further. It's kind of not idling nice. Yesterday was idling so good. It's almost stalling out. So the yellow jacket guy follows me around or what? I mean, where he told me to go park, it says no RVs. Here, I'll show you. This is where he told me to park. Whoops. What does this sign say? No RV parking. He told me to park in here. So what? Why have a sign that says no RV parking, and then you tell the RV guy to park here? I want to look at this light as well. We'll switch out this marker light up top. I'm just gonna park close to the truck so I can stand on the bed of the truck and do it. Not pull my ladder out. I got a ladder in my storage box on top of the roof, but it's a hassle to climb up there and bring it down. Stand on the box of the truck. Well, that's pretty tweaky. Like, I'm in the no RV parking place because I was told to come park here. So. Whatever. So yeah, there's still something going on. My gauges only start to work. What when I turn the lights on. And then I got this, I don't know, you see that bright white light? That indicates there's a problem with the brakes. So I don't know if it's a brake booster itself or it's just that leaky caliper. I'll have to check the brake fluid before I go see if that light turns off. That bulb was actually pulled out of there when I had the instrument cluster off. So I had this panel taken off. I was looking behind there. Might be urban legend, but I avoid gas stations that are refilling reserve tanks. I don't understand. I don't know what you mean by reserve tank. These would be underground tanks. So you'd have to clarify. Anyways, I found some more CDs. This was from the thrift store in Grunthal. So we found Patsy Cline, Heartaches. I haven't listened to that one yet. I bought this one twice, but I think it only cost me 25 cents both times. The Nutcracker Suites, Tchaikovsky. This one, Music for Relaxation, Enchanted Journey. So I figured I'd give this a shot. And then Celine Dion, Decade of Tweekin. So yeah, it's 25 cents. If it's garbage, I'll take it back to the thrift store and say sell it to the next guy. So yeah, that was another part of the CD haul that I'll add to my stash. So I've got a lot of new music to listen to. I don't know when I'm gonna get around to it. I think that he's gonna call the cops on you now. He made me working. Ooh, yeah. $30 to $40 for CDs. I guess the only downside of this, I can't see what the charger is up to. I got this Tim Hortons in the way now. So yeah, we could do like Canada Copwatch and video record the drive-through. We'll audit Tim Hortons drive-through. How does that sound? Is that compelling viewing or what? I don't understand that. I'm all for police accountability and public servant accountability, but Tim Hortons accountability, I don't think that's a thing. I don't think you're educating anybody by saying, well, we're in a public place. Well, you're not in a public place. I guess technically I'd have to go stand on the street and do it, or on an easement. But to stream the drive-through from my current location, I'm on private property in a prohibited parking area for RVs. So I don't know, man. Weird scene. But yeah, I don't understand that auditing private businesses thing, or standing in front of banks or dispensaries. It seems kind of nonsensical to me. That's just me. I don't know what kind of point you're proving by doing that. Don't follow the advice there. Don't listen to the garbage man. Ignore the garbage man. Make sure to audit their straw policy. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, that's like a federal policy, right? No plastic straws. We can't have nice things. Because we're ruining the... Because turtles are choking. Somehow plastic straws end up flowing over the Rocky Mountains, the Continental Divide from Calgary and points east into the Pacific Ocean, and the sea turtles are dying. I didn't quite ever understand that logic, how a straw could make its way all the way over the Rockies, flow uphill and then down the other side, and then down the Fraser River into the Pacific Ocean. That one kind of had me scratching my head. That never really, the math didn't math there. The math was not mathing at all. I'm going to turn the fan down. It's a loud fan. Have to go underneath the doghouse, make sure my fuel connections are all holding up. When Celine had her tragic vehicle accident, my friend Alice was at the scene. Oh, wow. Interesting. Provided some help. Well, good on you, Alice. Shout out to Alice. Well, yeah, our federal government here says no plastic straws for you. Plastic bags for your groceries? Are you crazy? You trying to kill the planet? This is the only planet we got. There is no plan B. This is all we got. So forget your plastic bags, your single-use bags, which everybody uses more than once anyway. I mean, I guess there's some people that had plastic bags, and once they got their groceries home, they would just chuck their plastic bags. But personally, I don't know of anybody that does that. Everybody I know hoards their plastic bags. I did. I'm still using plastic bags I've had for 15 years. Well, that hoarding doesn't look so crazy now, does it? Now that you can't get plastic bags. Unless you know people like me that hoard them. But yeah, it's quite a wild reality that they're trying to make us live in. But enough of this philosophical tweak talk. I should start getting about my day. Yeah, Aiden's on the fence. Should Alice really have intervened? Aiden's now kicking himself. He realizes the folly of his ways. Those bags are gone, bro. Get over it. Those bags ain't coming back. They gone. So you're gonna have to look for a bag hookup. I don't have any of Celine's albums, but I do have a couple of blankets. Yeah, I'm sure Celine is happy that people have blankets available. Yeah, my gauges do all kinds of funny things here, so I think that's still going to be an issue. The headlight switch, I need to keep playing with it. Like what happens with these older vehicles, when they sit for a long time, the gauges just don't come back to where they once were. So they just weren't meant to last for 50 years, I guess. Or they were never designed to, maybe they were designed to last 50 years, but they just don't hold up for that long. It's a principle of entropy. All things return to a more simpler state. So all that circuitry just crumbles into silica and copper and plastic, petroleum. It all returns to Mother Earth. All breaks down. So yeah, there we go. I'm gonna deal with this light and put some fuel in these vehicles and find a place to park the truck. It'd be nice if I had a place I could park that I could just walk back here. Otherwise I'll leave Max in the RV. Crappy wooden cutlery, yeah. Oh, plastic spoons and knives and that is still, I still see that around. But yeah, that chomping on that bamboo fork, or that's yucky. It's just freaking gross. And like, where did that bamboo come from? It didn't come from Alberta, from the great bamboo forests of Alberta. That came from Asia. And it spent some time on a cargo container getting shipped over here to North America. Some slave in some factory in China was whittling these little wooden cutleries, making 30 cents a week, so that because we can't have plastic cutlery, and so the petroleum used to get that fake wooden fork in your filthy hands probably traveled 12,000 miles, passed through many hands, whereas there's a factory probably just down the road that would be happy to make plastic cutleries for you, but they can't. No, that's against our rules of the environment, I guess. Even me idling this vehicle right now, it's like, this is criminal activity right here. Just idling my RV so I get a little bit of heat into my scrawny little carcass here. So take a good look at yourselves, what kind of crimes you're committing against humanity day by day. Just by your thoughtlessness and selfishness. Just because you don't want to put that little Chinese worker, so he can put some rice on the table for his family. You want to take that work away from him so you can have your stinking plastic straw. You ought to be ashamed. Freaking criminals. Tweakers. You're all a bunch of tweakers, you and your plastics straws and bags and cutleries. You need to learn to get a life. Like you should be thankful that you have that Chinese guy whittling those forks and crappy spoons for you that nobody wants. How about showing some gratitude for a change? But no, you gotta have your plastic straws. The urban monoculture. It's more like an urban mono ranch, and you're the cattle that they're just wanting to milk. So, like I say, if you can avoid getting milked to the best of your ability, do whatever seems fit. make sure you recycle those plastic pop bottles. And if you should get your grubby mitts on a plastic bag, well, those aren't recyclable anyways. But if you get a plastic piece of cutlery, you better dang well recycle that sucker. Don't just be throwing it in the trash. Like some people. Like some people in this RV. So yeah, let's just look on maps here. See if we've got any nice looking residential neighborhoods around. Let's have a little look-see. Where are we? It's all... Oh! Well, not too far from here, I can go park. Five, 10-minute walk. So yeah, we'll probably unload the back of the truck. Propane, yeah, that's gonna be a good resource. Propane is expensive. So I got some stuff in the back of the truck. Cooler, toolbox, my little gas grill. I'll transfer all that into here. I'll leave that yellow toolbox in the truck. I'll probably just stick it in the back seat. But I want to take the tools with me. I pretty much got the truck emptied out. And then I'll just park it on the street somewhere in a safe residential neighborhood and be back hopefully in a couple of days to pick it up and head back home. Or being homeless, it's kind of weird to say that. Head back to Manitoba, fetch some belongings, hopefully sign some legal paperworks, get some monies, because we're still finally just settled on the proceeds of the house sale. So next time I go to Manitoba, next time I go to Manitoba, it's to collect a check. And so I kind of don't need to be back there until I get a notice from the law office that everything's ready to go. So I do have friends and family to visit up in Edmonton. So depending on how this leg of the trip goes to Kamloops, I may spend a few days out there. If I get an email from the lawyers, I'll just start making my way back to Manitoba. But if I gotta wait another week or two or however long, I'll just kind of do some visiting out here. Edmonton is just a few hours up the road, so I'll have my truck. The RV should be safely parked in Kamloops, make my way back here, and then proceed from here. Whether it's to linger and be a pest in Alberta for a while, or just book it back home and then rent a U-Haul covered trailer, pack some belongings in there, and then bring the truck back out west. So I don't expect that's all going to be done by December 1st. You know, there's no deadline, but we are dealing with winter weather now, so that's a factor. I'd like to have dry roads and no issues with the road conditions, driving conditions. Can't always get what you want, but take it day by day. So that's the short-term plan. So I think I've punished you guys enough. So we'll end this one and pick this up whenever. So yeah, I'll the next live stream should be from the road with this thing pointed west. Right now we're pointed north. I need to be pointed that way. We're going that way. And right now we're pointed that way. And the truck is going to go that way, just to the northeast. So we'll get that taken care of. I'm going to go look at that light, that marker light right now. And we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks everybody for coming. Thanks for all your well wishes and participation. And I'm sorry this tweet couldn't have been better. Watch out for the cops. Yeah, I'm worried for when they're watching out for me. It's more of a problem when they watch out for me. So it's kind of not giving them a reason to watch out for me. So word to the wise. So good tidings and well wishes to all of you. Hope you enjoy the rest of your Remembrance Day if you're in Canada. You guys do Veterans Day on the 11th in the United States, or do you have a Remembrance celebration? Or is it Flag Day or something? Or I know you do something. I don't know if it's today or some other day. In the UK they do. Yeah, we'll definitely be smoking cigarettes. In the UK they have Remembrance Sunday, so it's like the second Sunday of, or whatever. It always falls on a Sunday rather than whatever day of the week November 11th falls on. And typically November 11th is the kickoff to deer season for high-powered rifles here. So if you're out hunting, I hope you shoot lots of deers or whatever the bag limit is. Well, I know the guys back home, they're gearing up to go do some plinking. Start hammering the jumpers. That's what we call deer back home, jumpers. Because they jump. The whitetails, they jump. You ever seen a deer jump? They jump, trust me. So deer season, high-powered deer season kicks off this week. So Veterans Day is celebrated by kicking off by creating new veterans. All right. Well, there's another police unit lurking. I wonder if he's looking for the tweakers. Let's see. See what's he doing here. Maybe just getting donuts. Maybe just getting donuts. Maybe we'll leave this for a while. Oh, very good. Okay, phone call coming in. Catch you next time. Have a great one, everybody.